What's going on, guys? Randall here. Welcome to Grunt Proof HQ up here in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Today we're doing a follow-up video on a product that you guys probably all know about. That is the Arcturus heavy-duty survival blanket. Arcturus saw my last video grunt proofing their product and failing it, and they reached out and decided to send me a new updated version. It's the perfect conditions. We got a blizzard coming in. Let's get to it. You're gonna have to excuse some of the wet spots on the camera. After all, this is an outdoor channel and we are doing stuff outdoors. They sent the XL version, which I forgot the dimensions. They're up on the screen for you now. And I'll show you guys what I've noticed so far and we'll get to the testing. If you haven't seen the initial grunt proof testing of the Arcturus survival blanket, you should go check that out first. Some things I've noticed so far is their waterproof storage bag seems to have no improvements. It's the same design, same single stitch, and same paper-like material. I'm sure if I pulled hard enough, I could rip this open, but that's okay because we're going to do it in the field anyway. I did notice, however, a few improvements. Number one, the grommets are even larger and they have this coating on there, or it's some kind of special treatment. I'm not sure. I took a pick and tried to scratch this off to see if it was just some cheap coating, and it didn't come off, so that's a plus. Since this is a larger blanket, there are more grommets going down the sides. We're going to check that out. But as far as craftsmanship goes, it feels like the same exact material. The stitching all around is still single, and there is zero ripstop on either side of the material. So that tells me once you rip this thing, just like in the original grunt proof video, it's just going to keep tearing along. But like I told the reps from Arcturus, we're gonna give it a fair shot, so let's do that now. We're in the middle of a winter storm right now. The last couple days we've had heavy snow and rains. We actually had 3 feet of snow, which were rained away today. Now the snow has come back and it's supposed to just keep coming down. What we're gonna do is set up this tarp overnight. I'm gonna set up the lean-to right here, going out this way. Most of the winds are coming against us and some directional changes. However, we are going to be fair with this test. As you can see, it is protected from that side. That's going to create a realistic scenario. You're in a survival situation, you pull out your survival blanket, you find 2 trees to set up a lean-to, and you try to put it against the wind so the wind is not blowing straight into your shelter, which is going to rip it up. To string it up, I'm just going to use some small diameter nylon rope. It's not dynamic rope, otherwise that would put more strain on the tarp. I'm not a crazy knot guy, so all I'm going to do is make a loop that I can loop through on one side, tie it off on the other side, and then we're ready to go. Let's make this quick. All I'm going to do is thread it through each grommet along the top, and the idea is to equally distribute any kind of wind force generated on it. So once we get it staked out, that'll even all this out. Let me show you why this thing fails. As I'm hammering the stake down, it's already ripping from the grommet. It's already ripping up here too. Wow. We're gonna go ahead and proceed because guess what? They call it a survival blanket. That means you're gonna have to use it in crappy conditions, which means you're going to have to put tension on it. Otherwise, it's not going to hold. So anybody who is saying this is not fair because I'm putting too much tension on it, well, these people have never slept in storms and they've never slept in high winds. You have to put a lot of tension on your tarps or shelters or they will fly away, period. So that's about the best we're gonna get it. There's tension all across. Every single grommet has tension on it. And then there's the tension on the bottom. So I can almost guarantee you, as soon as we start to get some winds and more snow accumulation, this is just going to rip away. Oh yeah. All right, how we doing? So we got some accumulation on the bottom. Oh man. That is turning into a serious issue. This would not last all night. So this grommet is also failing. And look, let me show you guys what kind of tension I have on there. It's not too much. When it's this flimsy, that's not too much tension. Check out the other side. Oh, we got a lot of slack here. We got a rip. Yep, we got a rip. So, 3 grommets have failed so far. Well, I'd say that's about it, guys. If you want to depend on something like this in a survival situation, you're going to be bumming, especially in bad conditions. I've played with plenty of these survival blankets so far, and this one's not bad. And it costs about 20 bucks. I believe the XL costs 25 to 30 bucks. So if you're just looking for a blanket to go play with in perfect conditions, or you're planning on bugging out and you think it's going to be nice weather, or you're going to baby it, or maybe you're going to use it just as a simple ground sheet to lay on and you're not going to put any tension on it, well then it's okay. But as I said, if you're talking about preparedness and survival, that also means being prepared for austere conditions. And in this case, the Arcturus upgraded blanket still gets a no-go. Thank you to the Arcturus crew for sending out another one for testing. No hard feelings, that's just what we do here at Grunt Proof. For the price, it's not a terrible product. My recommendations remain the same. The reinforced grommets need to be truly reinforced. Add double or triple stitching to all the corners. Continue working on trying to find a way to ripstop the material down the center and everything, and it'll become an awesome product. So let me just show you guys how bad this bag is. They have one stitch. They actually do have some thread through there. The original bag was some kind of like just glued together something, but just pulling on it a little bit and there we go. It's gonna rip, and there goes your waterproof bag. It is done for. So the bag is also an epic fail. So just to address this question now, on the original Arcturus Grunt Proof video, many of you asked about what reflective blanket I actually recommended. Well, I'll tell you this, for a truly survival situation or any kind of austere environment, I wouldn't recommend any of these blankets at all, because to tell you the truth, I haven't found one that was strong enough in any conditions, even just basic camping. What I would recommend is a good solid tarp. I've done a few Grunt Proof videos on tarps. Go check out those videos, and then just make sure you're prepared for all conditions. In my opinion, if you are preparing for survival and you want to depend on a $20 or $30 piece of gear that's very cheaply made, then you're not actually prepared at all. So get yourself a good solid tarp. They have many purposes. The good ones are virtually indestructible, and then you don't have to buy a cheap piece of gear that you're going to have to baby in any kind of inclement weather. So I would love to leave this thing out overnight just to see if it would survive, but every time we have a gust of wind, I can hear it ripping even more. I'm gonna go ahead and tear it down so I can put my excavator back, and we're gonna go inside for the snowstorm. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Click that bell so you get notified for every new video. And until that next video, I will see you guys in the outdoors. Take care of yourselves.